Welcome back to this week's You're Doing It Wrong. Now, first things first, in this space, the web and social and mobile and how they all come together with apps and information sharing, there's one thing we can count on, and it's that things move quickly. People come, people go. So one of the big ones was before Instagram. Many of you may not even remember it. It was called Dailyboother. And it was like Instagram. You took a picture, lots of selfies, lots of these numbers, people took them and posted them day after day. People would try to do one every single day, etc. It was a real big deal, and it disappeared. It shut down a while ago. That's okay. It was the precursor. It made room for Instagram. That's okay. The other big thing that you have to remember, and that I say all the time, is be honest, be transparent, be yourself. Unless, of course, you can be a unicorn, then be a unicorn. But if you can't be yourself. Absolutely always. There's no room for copycats. The web remembers too much. So in case you're not familiar with Dailyboother, let's take a look at a few of these things. This was their Twitter stream. This was their icon, one of the two big icons that you would see with them. You'll notice nothing since November of 2011. Their page, which I'd love to show you to remind you, doesn't even open up. And when they shut down, they got a lot of press about that. The Next Web covered it. Quora, people were talking about it. And see all the news. Obviously, this shutting down made news. The reason they shut down in the first place was because their team got picked up by Airbnb. We can see that Dailyboot's CEO is now working for Airbnb. This was their other icon that may look familiar to you. John Wheatley, the founder of Dailyboother, you can see here, he founded Dailyboother in February of 2009. Currently is the founder of Lob Inc. And I have no idea what Lob does, but that's where he works now. So it's important to note that nobody's mentioned anything in the May time frame about this coming back, about it reopening. See? Nothing. Here, Dailyboother reopening, no news. Nothing. Got a ton when it shut down. Nothing about it reopening. So you can imagine I was pretty shocked when I found this. Dailyboother. And the icon's not the same. It's fairly low resolution. It just didn't have that same kind of well put together glitz and glamour of Dailyboother. And I thought something about it was just a little bit fishy. Look at their terms of service and I realized that it's because it's not the same thing. This is actually a company called Dailyboother Inc., which if you look at the bottom, Dailyboother Inc. So I kept looking, I looked at their links. What I realized is that this can't be the same because the original Dailyboother was funded by Y Combinator, and that's one of these companies where they're an early seed round investment company. They find a bunch of companies that are doing great things, they throw a bunch of money at them, they move them out to Silicon Valley, where Dailyboother was headquartered, by the way. See, San Francisco. And they throw a bunch of money, get them set up, they get them going, and they launch them out into the world. What you'll notice here is that no mention of that. There is a whole lot of spiritual stuff, though, which is not something that tech startups in the Valley are known for. I continued on, and I realized that their website was not made by them. It's made by a third party. Something else the original Dailyboother did not do, and that most true tech startups don't do. Did notice this, though. Florida, in the state of Florida. So this company's based in Florida. Now, how I found out about this, oh, here's one more thing, by the way. If you go to Dailyboother, they don't even have their own Twitter account. They just have this guy talking about them, saying over and over again that Dailyboother is back. So how I actually heard about this whole thing in the first place was I said, just one day out of the blue, whatever happened? Like, remember Dailyboother? Like, they were awesome, they were big, they were doing lots of fun stuff, and then they disappeared, and I had forgotten that Airbnb had bought them. or hired the team, poached the team, and then they shut down Dailyboother, the app, and the website and all that. I just forgot the details surrounding it. I just kind of had a reminiscent moment, and I asked, "Oh man, whatever happened? Dailyboother, man." And this guy replied back immediately, kind of the way he does to all of these people. There's no real conversations around this. And some people actually are buying into this. So here's how it started with me. I made that comment, and he said, "Dailybooth is back. Check it out at dailyboother.com." So I looked, and I said, "You mean a cheap knockoff of Dailybooth is back?" He says, "You don't appreciate people's hard work." I do appreciate people's hard work, and I appreciate that he's trying to make a product that's like Dailyboother. He's trying to capitalize on the success of instant picture sharing. What I don't like about this is that on the transparent social web, this guy is bullshitting people to their face, and then he's getting offended about it. So you didn't bring it back. I said, I think it's hysterical you got offended. It's not back. It's the exact same thing with a new name. Exactly. People miss Dailybooth, so we decided to bring the site back. No, you didn't bring it back. At all. It's a different site. It's an exact replica. You added an ER. It's a blatant ripoff. You just copied and pasted it, basically. It's not the real Dailyboother. If you look here, you can see that it's Dailyboother Inc. coming out of Florida. Official records. It's coming out of Florida. The original one was Y Combinator out of Silicon Valley, San Francisco. This is not the same thing. So here's the deal. You want to make it? Great. Make a site, make it like Dailyboother, make it better than Dailyboother, drag everybody away from Instagram, make an awesome product. That's fine. Do not stand on the shoulders of other innovators, people that started the instant photo sharing revolution. Pretend that you're them, back from the dead. John Wheatley, not involved, as we saw here. He's over at Lob, whatever Lob may be. Brian Pocorni, still over at Airbnb. Richard H., still over at Airbnb. All these people are other places, man. You didn't do it. You're lying to people, straight up. You're making an inferior product, calling it something else. The transparent social web will not stand for this. People know it's not you, and they're going to continue to know it's not you because I'm going to answer back every time and say, it's not Dailyboother, it's its own company. It's not. Because your credibility is shot to shit because you're lying to people. Nobody can trust in your product or in you. You're not doing anything right. You've got no Twitter. You've got no Facebook. You're one guy that talks about video games and Dailyboother being Dailyboother that comes back. It's copied and pasted statuses over and over again. Nothing stands to reason. You've got no LinkedIn profile. You're not connected to the original Dailyboother LinkedIn profile. You're not in the same state. You're not Y Combinator funded. There's nothing about you that's the same. You are a liar. You're full of shit. And what you're doing, frankly, somewhere probably is illegal. You're capitalizing and you're trading on the intellectual property of other people and claiming you're them and you're not. This is beyond wrong. This is beyond just people ignoring their customers and not tweeting enough and all the things that we've talked about. This is criminal. You need to shut down Dailyboother, change its name, relaunch it as your own product with your own innovation. Quit copy and pasting somebody else's shit. It's fucking plagiarism. It's fucking plagiarism. And it's disgusting. You, sir, are doing it all wrong. By the way, the guy Mike that's out there hawking this thing the same way people are trying to sell gold watches on street corners is mentioned nowhere in the company. So, I don't know what your affiliation is, but you're fucking this all up. Fix it. That's it for this week. We'll see you soon.